Welcome back everyone, Mariah Monetize here. In today's video, we're going over the price of Bitcoin. Gonna also be going over news in the cryptocurrency space, some big information coming out from Nexo, and also a warning here when it comes to the Gemini exchange. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start with the Gemini exchange situation. So I believe Genesis Mining actually owes Gemini $900 million approximately, and that is specifically for the Earn program. But to be honest with you, it is just not worth to take that risk at all. So like I've been warning you for the past few weeks now, to get your funds off of Gemini, I have been able to make successful USD withdrawals, significant withdrawals, so that is a good sign there. But it's just not worth it at this time. Gemini has claimed that they hold funds one-to-one of what users have, but we have heard that before, and that has not been the case, and so it is just not worth it at all. Right now, the only exchange that I'm really interested in is Kraken when it comes to a centralized exchange. There is nowhere else that I'm interested in holding my funds. I have cleared all of my funds off of every centralized platform, okay, except Kraken at this point. I still have funds on Nexo, and it's basically because it's collateral being used to back a loan, and I'm just holding it there because I refuse to put any more funds on Nexo. I have a really bad taste in my mouth because, as you guys know, I mentioned in my previous videos, the day before Celsius paused withdrawals, I sent $30,000 to pay off a loan so I can get some collateral released, and guess what? The collateral is still on the platform. So I literally tipped Celsius $30,000 on the way out. Yay fucking me. What a great idea that was. Clearly it wasn't. But you know what? We can't get them all right. Trust me, the Celsius hit was not fun for me either. Unfortunately, I know many of you are experiencing that same challenge. So let's go ahead and get into the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin had a little bit of a jump over the past few days, but it is now sitting back under $17,000 at $16,966. This right here is a 7-day chart, the weekly chart here on Bitcoin. We saw a 4-candle correction. And, you know, we're seeing some interesting movement here on the weekly chart, but still not enough. You know, it's just a little bit of a tease of, you know, if Bitcoin is going to turn bullish, which I don't really anticipate. I think Bitcoin can run up to like $18,000, but I think it's just going to be a dead cat bounce. I'm not really interested in touching any long-term positions at this point. Obviously, this weekly candle just started. I'd be really curious to see what next week's candle has in store for us. If we see a green 2 trading above a green 1, I would start to get interested. Obviously, I'm always keeping a close eye on this green moving average crossing over that red moving average. We know if you backtest it on the history of Bitcoin, it has almost every single time been the right time to get in. So I am waiting for that crossover to happen. But I'm going to start setting some orders, you know, in the $11,000 to $13,000, $14,000 range over on Kraken. So that is my particular plan there. So weekly chart is not really giving us much. I wouldn't be like overwhelmingly excited, but I haven't looked at the charts in a couple of days here, so I'm looking at these with a fresh eye with you guys as well. This right here is a daily chart, which looks good. We had this crossover. We had a higher high. Okay, we had a higher low. We saw a bit of a pullback here, and after this pullback, Bitcoin has actually made a higher high, but this candle right here, I would be a little bit cautious of it, mostly because it is a red 2 trading below red 1, even though it has technically made a higher high. So in the last 24 hours, the high of Bitcoin has been $17,439. Like I mentioned to you guys previously, I was interested in getting in on a short-term position, but I didn't see a clear setup that I was confident in. So I was holding off. I was going to buy 1, 2 Bitcoin, look to flip it for $500, $1,000. But I don't really quite see that yet. So that opportunity still might come. But the charts right here, especially this daily chart, I really see more continued sideways trading. I think that's what we're going to see this week, but time will tell. This right here is the 12-hour chart on Bitcoin. We're seeing a higher high play out. Bitcoin didn't quite make a lower low. But I would like to see more to play out here on this 12-hour chart before getting in. Okay, this is a 4-hour chart here, which is actually showing us bearish posture. We see a lower low here on the 4-hour chart, so it has lost the higher high. Hourly chart not looking good. Bitcoin has pulled back quite a bit. in the last less than 24 hours or so. So from a percentage perspective, Bitcoin's down about 3.21%. So yeah, once you look at these lower level time frames, like I said, it's been a day or two since I've looked. There's nothing really interesting here, in my opinion. This is the 30-minute chart, which is also trending downwards. Let's zoom in here to the 5 and see if it's giving us anything for a short-term position. It has made a higher high on the 5-minute chart, probably anticipating a bit of a pullback here to about 16,937, and then maybe a higher high after that. But just, I don't like what I'm seeing today. And we have Ethereum sitting at $12.57. We have Core Scientific sitting at 12 cents. We have gold sitting at $17.68. Coinbase stock back down 3.5% today to $46. Let's see. We have Link sitting at $7.26. We have XTZ sitting at $1. Celsius coin at 66 cents. Let's see what the it's interesting. This FGT coin has just been kind of in that $2 range. Every time I look, I feel like it's the same price of like $1.98. So that's kind of interesting there. But for me, I'm just focusing on Bitcoin. That's what I'm focusing on. I'm going to take a wild guess that, yes, indeed, majors are down on the day. We're seeing a little bit of a reversal here. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the 7-day chart, because as we know, there is a lot of correlation. So this is the 7-day chart on SPY, which looks interesting actually. You know, if I would be interested to see if it can make a higher high, get above 432. I don't think that's possible. It's going to be tough for it to get over this 200 DMA with the current climate of the economy. I don't really see that happening. So let's go and take a look here at the daily chart. Let's see here, daily chart on SPY. Daily chart is also seeing that resistance at the 200 DMA, so keeping a really close eye there. It is having a hard time, having a lot of resistance at that level. This right here is the 12-hour, which looks kind of interesting. Needs to hold the low of this candle, which is $393. Going to take a look here at the hourly. Hourly not looking good, not looking good at all. It is making a lower low. Hourly chart not looking good on SPY. So a lot of red across the board and all sorts of stocks. McDonald's, Costco, Nike, just red. Obviously, we saw a lot of red in the crypto space. Let's see what Tesla's up to. Tesla down 6.37% today at 182. And a lot of electric vehicle related stocks are down. Let's go take a look at marijuana stocks. So, marijuana stocks breaking away. Most days when I do these price reviews, everything is correlating. It's either everything's green or everything's red. You know, there's a ton of correlation across the board. But interesting over here, we are seeing Tilray at almost $5, $4.68. This is a daily chart right here, high of 512 today. So it has ripped through that 200 DMA, which is really interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that this is probably regulation driven. I would guess, even though I don't really follow what's happening at the government level when it comes to marijuana. But it has ripped through that 200 DMA. We'll be really curious to see if there's any continuation with that. This is a strong day for Tilray. And when you look back at that 7-day chart, I have not back tested Tilray. I don't think there's really enough history with Tilray. But on that 7-day, that crossover happened. So really interesting to see if it's will also be a point of reference for a big bullish momentum shift. But across the board, a lot of weed stocks are in the green today, looking very, very nice. Let's see here. Did we go over the no, we have not gone over the news yet when it comes to what's happening. So 1.8 billion in Bitcoin has been taken off exchanges in the last 30 days. Wow, that is actually quite incredible. And if you kind of want the price of Bitcoin to go up, you want actually less Bitcoin on exchanges. Before we go any further, I want to mention iTrust Capital. iTrust Capital is actually a place where you can buy Bitcoin within a traditional IRA, a Roth IRA. And what's really cool, there's really a lot of great benefits about it. One of them is that you can buy coins other than Bitcoin. Obviously, you know me, I'm really turning into quite the Bitcoin maxi, but there are other coins available as well as precious metals. And so imagine buying Bitcoin now and withdrawing it when you're 59 and a half and not paying any taxes on the increase increase or the gains that you have on your Bitcoin. So you can even roll over other retirement accounts that you have as well, and you can even transfer your existing IRA, or you can start a new one. And so also, if you want to trade Bitcoin, you can trade within your Roth account, and it is a non-taxable event. So the trading fee is only 1%, but it is a non-taxable event when you buy and sell Bitcoin within your Roth IRA account. And when you get started today, you get $100 in free Bitcoin. So go ahead and check out my link down below. So back over to the news, what's happening. So when it comes to Nexo, this is a pretty big deal. You know, I'm over here trying to read the lines. I don't trust any of these lending platforms anymore, obviously. And so, you know, for me, I'm just like, is this really due to regulation? Is this due to Nexo facing some trouble when it comes to not being able to pay out customers? That's a big assumption, okay? But it's a possibility. It's really interesting is that when I told everyone to start taking their funds off of Nexo, they started copywriting like every video I had with the Nexo logo on it. Like they were totally coming after me, which is pretty funny. So today we are announcing the regrettable but necessary decision that Nexo will be phasing out its products and services in the US due to a lack of regulatory clarity. Since the inception of Nexo has expended significant efforts to do things the right way, initially, regulators encouraged our cooperation and a sustainable path forward seemed viable, but recent events and the subsequent changes in regulators' behaviors point to the opposite. Our decision comes after more than 18 months of good faith dialogue with U.S. state and federal regulators. Despite their inconsistent and changing positions, Nexo has engaged in significant ongoing efforts to proactively modify its business in response to their concerns. As part of the cooperation approach with regulators, during the course of the last 2 years, we have off-boarded clients from the states of New York, Vermont, and have suspended new registrations for all U.S. clients on our earned interest products to meet their expectations, the regulators' expectations. As of December 6th, this is tomorrow, our earned interest product will not be available for existing clients in 8 additional states. Those are listed. These immediate changes only affect the usability of the earned interest products for citizens and residents of the 8 states. These clients will continue to enjoy access to all other Nexo products available in these jurisdictions until further notice. I should name those states. Let's see. Those states are Indiana, Kentucky, Maryland, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Wisconsin, California, and Washington. Let's see. So they're exiting out of the U.S. Nexo's payment specialists have been informed it will continue processing withdrawals in real time so that customers, as always, have uninterrupted access to their assets. I'm still shocked that Nexo's up and running. Okay, but this could be a potential red flag that there is something bad coming and you might not be able to withdraw your funds from Nexo. Needless to say, inactive fixed terms will automatically be unlocked free of charge with no penalty on December 6th. All interest accrued until December 6th will be credited to your savings wallet immediately. So, important information there when it comes to Nexo. People think that they spotted Carolyn. This is Alameda Research CEO, also Sam Bankman-Fried's potential girlfriend, I guess. But it gets wilder. Let's see. Where did that tweet go? Okay, Alameda CEO Carolyn Ellison's FTX margin account had a loss of $1.3 billion in May of 2022. WTF. Okay. Anyone see that really quickly? You got to watch this. Steph Curry makes 5 full court shots in a row. It is absolutely insane. So that's pretty much all here in the cryptocurrency space, the news, everything. Like I said, I have a link down below if you want to get started with a IRA account. A lot of benefits there. That's all that I have for you today. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.